The Federal Budget. This article is about the 2013 to 2014 Australian budget, explaining the winners and losers that arise from it. Branching out, it shows the winners and losers according to society. The budget has accorded $300 million on childcare reforms, $9.8 billion to school funding, and $226 million on cancer care. The losers include smokers and funding cuts to higher education. Economically, this budget will allow an increase of export across an estimated period, allow the fiscal action plan to be enabled, and overall economic forecast will grow by 3.25%. This article shows all the winners and losers of the 2014 to 2015 budget. Branching out into two categories, the winners and losers, we see infrastructure, mining and defence to be considered as winners, and senior citizens, education and the unemployed as losers. Looking deeper into the 2014 federal budget, Abbott government seems to care a lot about defence and military services, which was illustrated by the budget. Just in the first term, Abbott government plans to spend over $4 billion more to military service. That's an increase from $25 billion to $29 billion. This rise in expenditure will plateau and rise again by 2017 to 2018. Although this video does not speak about the federal budget, it is the aftermath of the federal budget. Due to the fact that there are many funding cuts to the budget and more taxes, made the Australian society so aggravated. Society has been so angry that even the US has started to imitate and make fun of Abbott and the Liberal Party, which is what the video revolves around. In this video, it talks about how the government is giving funds to public schools, providing pathways to surplus, and allowing 7,500 kilometres of road work to be improved. In this image, it shows a sign that states Budget 2014, Building the Roads of the Future. Past that, it shows how corrupt our nation will become due to the Budget 2014. It shows how communities will crumble due to the tax and funding cuts to things like education and hospitals. The use of dark colour shows how visual imagery was used to annotate the feel and mood people have after the budget was released. In this image, we see two large black cannons that have the words 2014 Budget and Australian Border Force. Staying in the middle are two average mates that have been in the midst in the cannons. The cannons symbolise how citizens have been shot at horrifically due to the budget. It also depicts how their own government are doing this to their own citizens. After all the big talk made before the elections, their own government has backstabbed the citizens. This image is a medieval twist on the Australian budget and its effects. There is a man that is injured comically by an axe and a flail, and he is in need to go to GP, but in order for him to go, he needs to pay a gold coin worth $7. Due to the budget, subliminal messages like this have been starting to be made. This is just one of the effects of the Federal Budget 2014. This picture illustrates a perfect definition of what happened in Australia before the elections. As you can see, Joe Hockey is speaking on behalf of Liberals, saying all the promises they were going to keep, but behind him is the truth, literally. The Liberal Party is covering up all the real details about the budget if elected. There is tax, shredders, etc. under the blanket. This image is a funny take on how Abbott plans to get Australia's budget out of deficit. But what will it take? One of the many funding cuts, including funding cuts to education. It shows that even though Abbott can't English properly, he will still cut funds so more people can join his illiterateness. It also shows how Australia has been spending too much money, causing us to be in deficit. Thank you.
Created using Powtoon.